Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today is Thursday, August 5. A beautiful day outside, but honestly, the drama in Los Angeles is just getting heavier and heavier. Grab a coffee, settle in, because we have a lot to unpack from today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, and I have a lot of thoughts. So let's just dive right into the absolute mess that is Will and Electra. Because honestly, I am losing my mind watching these two. Today, Electra actually has the nerve to look Will in the eye and tell him that they have no hope. Like none. Zero hope for the future. And why? Because she is just so deeply hurt by his night with Dylan. But let's be real here for a second, you guys. Didn't she dump him? She literally dumped him. She walked away, she said they were done, she ran off to stay with Ivy, and she has been getting all cozy with RJ Forrester. But now, she is acting like Will committed the ultimate, unforgivable sin by falling asleep on a couch with another woman. Will is just standing there, looking exhausted, and we will get to why he looks so exhausted in a minute, and he tries to defend himself. He actually makes a really good point. He tells Electra that he never would have turned to Dylan for comfort if they hadn't broken up, which is 100% true. It is just a fact, but Electra is entirely not having it. She is on her high horse, and she sees Dylan's actions as this massive betrayal. And not just from Dylan, but from Will too. She actually calls it a secret that he kept from her. A secret, even though they were broken up and he owed her absolutely nothing. Honestly, I am so tired of Electra playing the victim here. She expects Will to just sit in a corner and cry over her forever while she gets hand kisses from Jay in the Forrester design room. It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. The writers are making her look so hypocritical right now. The fans on social media are tearing her apart today, and I kind of have to agree with them. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. She is holding Will to a standard that she isn't holding herself to. And the worst part is, we all know the rumors. We all know that Will's recent aggressive behavior and his emotional spiraling might actually be the symptoms of a deadly brain tumor. If that turns out to be true and Will collapses, Electra is going to feel so much guilt that it might actually crush her. She is being so cold to a guy who might literally be fighting for his life. And then we have the whole Wyatt situation. Oh my God, you guys, this was so weird and kind of hilarious, but also so stupid. Wyatt finds out about Will and Dylan's night together. How? Because Dylan accidentally lets it slip that she was at the beach house. But here is the crazy part. She doesn't tell Wyatt her name is Dylan. No, she panics or plots or whatever she does, and she introduces herself to Wyatt as Nancy. Nancy. Who even comes up with that on the spot? And the wildest part of this entire scene is that Will just goes along with it. Will just stands there and nods and agrees that yes, this woman standing in his house is named Nancy. Why is he doing this? What is going through his head? Is he just too exhausted to fight? Is the rumored brain tumor making him confused? Or does he just not care enough to correct his brother? Wyatt, bless his heart, thinks this whole situation is just amusing. He doesn't even realize he is being completely played by a master manipulator. Wyatt is looking at Nancy and thinking, hey, this is a nice distraction for my little brother who is clearly heartbroken. So Wyatt starts giving Will advice. He actually calls her Nancy to Will's face multiple times. He tells Will to consider other fish in the sea, like Nancy, because Wyatt just wants Will to be happy. Wyatt can see that Electra is not making Will happy at all. Electra is just bringing him pain and drama and Forrester baggage. So Wyatt is like, hey, look at Nancy, she seems great. If only Wyatt knew the truth. If only he knew that this woman is a manipulative liar who has a whole secret past, a secret husband, and lied to the woman who raised her about being homeless. Wyatt has the absolute worst luck with women keeping massive secrets. Remember Flo? Remember all the crazy drama he has been through? So it is just peak irony that he is now encouraging his brother to date a woman who is basically a walking, talking red flag. I just can't with Wyatt sometimes. He is so sweet, but so painfully oblivious to the danger right in front of him. But you know who isn't oblivious? Katie Logan Spencer. Yes, Katie finally meets Dylan face to face today. And let me tell you, the tension in that room was through the roof. It was thick. You could cut it with a knife. Katie is a veteran of this soap opera game. She has been dealing with manipulators and gold diggers her entire life. She survived being married to Bill Spencer. She survived all the crazy Logan family drama. She is a survivor. Katie is not a fool. So when she meets Dylan, her radar immediately goes off. Beep, beep, beep. Katie just looks at her, and you can see the wheels turning in her head. She knows this girl is not simple. She knows Dylan is not just some innocent former school teacher who fell on hard times. Katie can smell the agenda from a mile away. And you know Katie is going to go full mama bear. She is already trying to warn Will about Dylan. She is telling him to stay away, to protect himself. But the weird thing is, Katie is also pushing Will to get back with Electra, which honestly, I don't understand at all. Why does Katie want Will with Electra, who is a Forrester and who just dumped him so coldly? Maybe Katie just thinks Electra is the lesser of two evils. Or maybe she just hates Dylan that much already and wants any excuse to keep her away from the Spencer wealth. Either way, Katie is not going to let Dylan get her claws into Will. We already know that Katie and Bill are having people investigate Dylan's past. They are going to dig up all the dirt. Dylan has no idea who she is messing with. She thinks she can just waltz in and trap a Spencer with a fake pregnancy or whatever she is planning. Good luck, honey. Katie is going to absolutely destroy her. I kind of love protective Katie, even if her advice to Will is a bit confusing right now. But okay, let's pull back from the Spencer family drama for a second because we really have to talk about Carter and Daphne. Guys, this was just heartbreaking today. It was so heavy and so sad. I actually teared up a little bit watching Carter. So we finally get the official news from the doctors. Carter and Daphne are dealing with the absolute worst heartbreak. They cannot have a biological child together because of an illness that Daphne has. It is final. The doctors have spoken, and they are just sitting there trying to process this devastating news together. It is so hard to accept that they won't have a biological baby of their own. Carter has wanted a family for so long. Think about his history on this show. He has been engaged so many times, he always gets his heart broken, he always ends up alone. And now he finally finds someone he truly loves, someone who grounds him, and they get hit with this massive medical roadblock. Carter, being the amazing, supportive, perfect guy he is already trying to look at the bright side. He hasn't ruled out having a family in other ways. He is clearly open to the idea of adoption or surrogacy. He just wants to be a dad. But Daphne is just not there yet. She is completely against the idea right now. She is grieving. She is mourning the loss of the future she thought they were going to have, the pregnancy she thought she would experience. And you can't blame her. It is a massive, crushing blow to her identity and her dreams. But it is just causing this heavy, heavy sadness between them. I really hope this doesn't tear them apart. Carter deserves a win. He really does. Why do the writers always make him suffer? Seriously, what did he do to deserve this endless cycle of misery? Just give the man a baby and a happy marriage already. And then, in the middle of all this sadness, we get a really sweet, quiet moment between Steffi and Carter. Steffi is there for him. She gives him a much-needed shoulder to lean on. Steffi and Carter have been friends and colleagues for years at Forrester Creations, and it is really nice to see her just pause her own chaotic, stressful life to support him. Because we all know Steffi's life is about to completely explode. She is getting ready to head to Monaco, and we know Sheila is stalking her. And there are all these terrifying rumors about a fatal plane crash or a terrible accident waiting for her. Steffi is standing on the edge of a cliff, basically, but she still takes the time to comfort her friend who is hurting. It shows a softer, more empathetic side to Steffi that we haven't seen in a while because she has been so stressed out and aggressive about Sheila and Hope lately. It was a quiet, necessary moment in an episode that was otherwise full of tension, fake names, and bitter breakups. I mean, think about the contrast. You have Steffi comforting Carter about the loss of his future family, while Steffi has no idea that her own future, her own life, might be ripped away from her by Sheila Carter in just a few days. It is that kind of dramatic irony that makes this show so addictive, even when it makes me want to pull my hair out. So yeah, that was today's episode. A lot of pain, a lot of secrets, and a lot of people making really questionable choices. Electra needs to get over herself. Will needs to go to a doctor immediately. Wyatt needs to stop trusting women named Nancy. Dylan needs to pack her bags before Katie destroys her. And Carter just needs a hug. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Are you Team Electra or Team Will? Do you think Dylan is going to get away with this Nancy lie? And how hard did you cry for Carter today? I'll be reading your thoughts, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next recap. Stay safe out there.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.